uh, uh, radio check, radio check. Work is in the AO. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us today for another round of Motorsport Manager. Bit of a recap. Last time we were here, we actually managed to win both the drivers and the team championship for the European Racing Series, which only means one thing. We're now climbing up in the ranks straight into the Asia Pacific Super Cup. Now, we haven't moved forward yet. We're still in the part right after we won, which means there's still a couple of days before we start developing. And unfortunately, since we're moving up, we can't really carry over any of our parts or upgrades into the Asia Pacific Super Cup, which means we are once again down to square one. Very likely that we will be demoted again, and there's also the fact that we have more rules that we have to handle, like having a qualifier day, which means we have a very high chance of missing and failing to get any points. Yeah, the point system, the point distribution system in the Asia Pacific Super Cup is a bit more brutal than in the ERS, which means we will have a good chance of dropping down after the 2026 season, so we're just going to prepare for that inevitability. For the time being, though, I think we should go ahead, see how far we can go for this one. Ooh, contract's running down. I think I can keep I can probably get Bukalova up, but Perez, maybe I could probably send her out. Her marketability is a bit low. How about Bukalova? Bukalova's 30%, but her stats are much, much better, so I can probably promote her. So, yeah, 217 and then 205. Not exactly a good sign there. I'm pretty sure we could get a couple of. We've already gotten a couple of drivers through 2 challenges, so I don't know if I want to keep either of them. But Volsu could probably go for. No. Let's go and save this as a separate line for the time being. Okay, 1, 5. Okay, let's see if we can find somebody new in this in the driver pool. I'm pretty sure they should be available by now, right? And Larmore. Not Ellie Marsh either. Max Porter. No, not this guy. Izo? It's still sim racing. No, not Jewish either. It's Lucy Lavoie, but she's already here. Zoe Wire as well. Teixeira is with Yuma. Oh, that's a different Teixeira. I don't remember the names of those guys who offer better stats or provide bonuses. B. Beckford's passionate published the racing theme cookbook Doha expert, but the feedback's awful. Hal Wilson. Okay, Hal Wilson is also a paid driver, but he's got awful focus, no adaptability whatsoever, bad at braking and overtaking, barely any consistency, not very smooth, and also a resource hog. Now that's a problem. We can't be having any of that. Oh, that's Ollie Clark Smith. Yeah, we already beat him in previous one. So wait, Marsh? Oh, Marsh went to Sangju, huh? Endurance driving. Ah, there they are. Perea and Winston Margate. Wait, hang on. Okay. But they're with Thornton and McNeil for another set of seasons. That sucks. McNeil Racing Team. Hmm. So their contract is okay. This guy's contract is ending in a couple of days. I could probably. I can't really approach him yet. Ugh. Morale's low though, or it's probably just because he doesn't show up. Because with Windsor, then with Thornton. Look at those numbers though. Hmm. See, the problem is Bukalova's feedback is still off, down, and her stats have already peaked. I do need a pay driver though. The only one who's pretty much still improving is Perez. I don't know. I don't feel confident about this. I mean, Perez has lower stats overall since her max level is just 2 and 1/4, no 1/5. But Bukalova has better stats, but she's already going down because she's already peaked. So now what do we do? Oh well. Let's see if we can keep Perez on our. Yes, okay. She's still interested in renewal. Equal status. What's her current pay? Her current pay is 113 per race. Buster break. Okay, so it's maximum equal status. For a long contract, so up to 2028. Bonus size isn't very important. Okay. I can probably send Bukalova out. Her stats have already peaked, so I think we can probably have her retired. But I really need to get a better driver so we can have a better chance of staying in the Asia Pacific Super Cup. And the main issue, though, is the pay. If we don't get enough marketing, we won't get the best sponsors and we won't have enough money, which means not enough money for production. So, pretty much praying here. Got it. Here's the promotion. Okay, repairs are done. No need to do anything else. Don't really need to display anything. Dang, we are now third in low-speed corners. We still managed to win via points differentials. Okay, here's our prize money. Let's see what we got. Hammer AMR's chairman has released a press report explaining that he's retiring. 64-year-old has been in charge of the US-based team for years now, so it'll be interesting to see how the new boss adapts. Okay, what do we get? We have $13 million. Not a lot, but that should be enough to help us through and get that road car factory soon. No, we didn't get manager of the season this time. I think we only got that as a fluke last time. Ooh, Perez got driver of the season though, so that's fun. Despite the fact that Vosu is the uh, drivers champion, Perez getting driver of the season might be a good morale booster for her. Huh? What? What? Why do we have a diff? Was he already retiring? I didn't know that. Uh, she doesn't offer much. Definitely awful in terms of spotting. Dang it! I didn't know he was that old. I was pretty sure he was. Do you want to bring Tom Woodbridge again? I mean, he's still pretty much on a decent spot, and he's still unemployed, so we can probably keep him. Let's see. Mio Takanabe has lower concentration, but he's at least better in parts fixes, and he's very reliable. Bit balanced on chemistry, not much in performance, and his pit stops are awful. Woodbridge has 11 on pit stops, but his parts fixes are not exactly up there. He's not very concentrated. He's not very reliable, and his performance is a bit low, but he has good chemistry with his teammate, or rather with his driver, so we can go back to him. Amelia Vroom. Concentration slightly higher. Maybe we can approach this guy. Nakanabe Mew. Wages aren't very important. Let's go for 20 and the 26. Okay, let's go with that. Championship promotion news. That's time for the big question. Would you like to make the step up? If you accept promotion, a technical expert shall brief your mechanics on the current regulations, and you can expect your car to be upgraded to somewhat competitive level. Oh, it's not automatic promotion. I see. Yeah, okay. We get more money at least, and then we can just go down if we ever fail. So I think we're good. Okay, we're going to be promoted. The Asia Pacific Super Cup rules, which have been voted up over the course of the last year, have now become active. This may, of course, change some of the ways in which you run your team. So now they replaced the Vancouver track layout for the season, and now we only have short practice sessions, which is going to be a problem. Pesato Corsa has been promoted into the World Motorsport Championship at the expense of Kruger, who have been relegated to the Asia Pacific Super Cup. Meanwhile, we have been promoted to the Asia Pacific Super Cup, and Vexala, who went up in the previous season, goes back to the ERS. Oh god, that's gotta hurt. That has to hurt. They were dominating in the previous season. Well, dominating in a sense that they were really better than our cars. But the fact that we actually just like gave away the chance to get promoted in 2024 just so we can get more money might have done something to that. Okay, we're seeing some okay. On track promotions. Ji Sung Lee has moved to Ruiz. Buenos Aires snapped up by Team Keyta. Okay. Looks like she still wants to sign in. Okay, you're still with us, Chief. It's my contract. Thanks for the contract, boss. Love it here. How's our scouting, by the way? One more week? Okay, here we are. Asia Pacific Super Cup. Now we're blue. Rare sight there. If things don't pan out, we can just go back to the previous save, and then we can renegotiate stuff. Okay, let's get something. 4 million! Unfortunately, because we didn't save a lot, for the total, we only got 56. Steinman is excellent. They got low fuel efficiency, but the improvability is excellent, and their base stat modifier is plus 15. That's an automatic right there. The stats there. Fuel efficiency is good enough. Rossini is great, but it's balanced and balanced. So I think we'll go for strong improvability with good base stats. Fuel supply. Fuel efficiency. I think we can go with medium and medium for this one. Hang on. Let me check my notes again. Every dang time we do this song and dance number, I I keep reviewing the notes. On. We got fuel efficiency, improvability based at modifier, and cost. Okay, let's go for improvability. So that's an obvious ocean. We're going to Oceania Energy since they got medium improvability. Better than any of these guys. Materials for the chassis. Oh no, it's tire wear. So it is chassis. So let's go with something that's got good tire wear. Autoblons is cheaper, but Polymat is stronger. Though since we're used to pretty low tire wear, I think we can go with Catablon for the time being. Brake supplier. Oh, I forgot. There's ERS in the rules. Crap. What do we want for brakes? So we need something with good tire wear. Okay, that's JP Race Technologies then. Pretty cheap, all things considered. Tire heating, not too much of an issue since we've already gotten through most of it. So we're not going to worry about it that much. Now, ERS is the problem. We've got to add 2 million. So what do we want? We got a supercapacitor, is small energy with incredibly fast charge time. Also has good life when using power mode. Battery mode is large energy storage, works best as an all-rounder, has an average charging and discharge time in all situations, so that's the middle ground. And flywheel is large, lasts longest when used in hybrid. They all cost the same. Hang on. Okay. Okay, what do we want? Do we want battery or flywheel? They all cost the same. But the main problem is I have no idea which one is better. I mean, flywheel has a larger energy storage and lasts longest. Battery has a large energy store. So I'm not too sure if I want to go with balance or flywheel. Because usually if this is the case, it would probably take a while to get the full power. So, Check the other notes that I've seen here. Okay, I think we're going with flywheel, since we will need some extra power, and apparently, if you use your ERS effectively, you'll be able to reduce weight on your car more significantly. Dang, the ERS car is nifty. Actual, slicks instead of the mainline, thick tires from the previous one, from the ERS. Suspension's also a bit different, and the tires seem to be a bit more low profile. That's fancy. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's see what we get. Oh, news. Negotiation. Cost per race, okay. Let's see, cost per race on our 25. 85. Qualifying bonus, not very important. Race bonus, 35. Far below, okay, fine, 42. It says wages aren't very important, but he's still angry. I don't like that. How long until the other drivers become available? Scouting, it'll be 3 more days until Margate becomes available, but I don't think he's... No, I think he already re-signed with his team. Where is he? Contract details. I don't see anything. I think he re-signed. Dang it! He moved to Kitano. It's a lot of mail. Yeesh. We're pretty much late. Wachowski moved to Kruger. Armoa joins Esperanza. Thornton have signed Forwald. Esprit GP signs Perea. Dang it! Why are they only available now? Nobody on the scout list that I can get. Not good, not good. That was a bad draw. Really bad draw. What we got? No, this is... Dang it. Looking at the mechanics, no bleeding wonder. Hisaya Kane. Ivo Marcelino. There's a lot of other drivers I could probably scout. Concliffe joins Archer. Hong Se-in, and then there's Zach Orm. Pretty young drivers on the pipes, we could probably check that. Amachi has moved from Ozu to Kruger, now that's something. Doublet has joined Thornton. Esprit GP has a new lead designer. Okay, Margate. Oh, he's already improving near the limits of his driving ability. Dang it! He's peaked. At least his progress isn't going down. Greedy. OCD, First Lap Hero. He's a pay driver and he has 549,000 for his sponsors. Okay, let's sign this guy up. Place our rolling contract girl. Okay. Pit crew, I'm gonna need you to... who's the better pits? He's technically better, but he's only got 5 and 5. Leg has better concentration, even though Uh, let's see. Okay, so I think we need somebody who has better concentration so that we can avoid mistakes. And since the area is pretty much a bit more risky because it's a higher grade, it's going to be we're going to need some more concentrated pit crews, which means morale should be maintained so they can be a bit more focused and less mistakes will happen. Hopefully, that's going to be the case though. Reliability expert indeed. On scouting reports. Tanaka did that, eh? Gibson picked up by Ace. Ooh, Tian Nuna moved to Thornton. It's only for a year though. Otsuno Racing's Tanaka Riku is pretty much retiring at the end of this season. Ugh. Stats have gone really bad. Security guard. Ah. Tire Sims. Okay, we're pretty much. But tire where though? Not tire heating. Let's see. I think we can afford this, so let's go with that. And we're down to 27. Not a lot of money. Yes, thanks, dude. Sorry about that. Pretty much already peaked and you're going down though, so yeah. Our driver now is Fergundis Kusarev. Thankfully, he doesn't have any stats that can affect us, but he only costs 1,000. And since he's a rolling driver, we don't have to worry much about stuff. Just need to get whoa, Phoenix expert. Where the hell did you get that? How did he get Phoenix expert? And I didn't even know it. That's kind of funny. Adapt parts now. What? What do you mean adapt parts now? Alright. Let's go here, see how far that's gonna go. Oh, something on the news. A lot of scouting reports. Catherine Bingham will be a low-quality driver, but she has a decent amount of potential, which will help us see improvements in our skills. She's good at cornering, but she's a slacker. That's a problem. Partanen has signed up with Kruger. Alright, Brian Benitez will be a low-quality driver. His potential is good, though, and given the chance of improving, can certainly become one of the better drivers in the championship. Good breaker, but he's not that focused, which means he's not built for really tight races. Esteva? Wow, Esteva? Esteva has joined Esperit. Now that's a new line. Let's see, Pereira. Low-quality driver. He's already peaked and his career is on the way down. He's great for overtaking, but he has issues with adaptability. Low quality? Really? You call this low quality? Well, he doesn't have any driver traits, I suppose, so there's that. He's currently reserved with Esprit. And got Hisaya Kane. Weakest drivers. He has a decent amount of potential, though. Very adaptable, but he's not the type that fights on the overtake. Ooh, not good. Fun runner, though. Pretty decent on marketability. Scouting report. Still a couple more people. Our sponsors are still with us, though, so that's going to help us stay alive for at least a couple of races. Now we are in chassis design, currently finishing that, and then part adaptation, and then we've already finished the chassis, that is. Now we're in part adaptation, and then it'll be delivery. Okay, fuel supply breakthrough. Shizhao. Lancaster performance. I'm running out of money, sorry. Alexandra Duarte Freire, one of the weakest. Her potential is good though, and can get given the chance to prove she can actually become one of the better drivers. Excellent for overtaking, but she's not one for braking. So if she tries to overtake in a tight corner, there's a good chance she will lock up and run off the track rather. Decent amount of potential, best skill in cornering, but not very consistent. A Chun, Team Nordhagen. Why are we only getting these awful drivers now? Okay, livery time, not good. Not good. Henderson de Silva Melo. I'm going to assume this is one of the Brazilian guys. Weak driver, but he has a high amount of potential. Very good chance he'll be one of the best. He's good cornering, but he isn't a smooth driver. Definitely needs a lot of work in smoothness and focus. Feedback, not exactly good. Not a lot in driver traits as well, so there's that. Okay. Ah, come on! Top APS driver Melanie Perez was spotted staggering out of a nightclub at 6 a.m. last night. The bar in question, Shoosh, is known to attract some of the world's brightest and most beautiful. She brought the entire bar around a drink, said a delighted patron. Others, meanwhile, were surprised that Beep was staring at my boyfriend all night. I hope she crashes in her next. Please do not jinx it. Yeah, we're definitely not going to comment on that, but at least that boosts her marketability for at least one race. And there it is. Perez already retiring. Maybe we should have done that. We should have got him in earlier, like prior to the start of the entire career mode, but we'll have to do that next time. Okay. It's livery time. What do we want? This is from the previous one. That's base. I don't know. This is dog spots, more like splats. The mountain clouds. Snake skin. Digital. Polka. Speed lines. Waves. Splashes. Deadbeats. Now let's go with the smoky one. Yeah, this looks nice. Same colors. Not worry about there. Yes, let's maintain this one. And now we are part of the Asia Pacific Super Cup, which means we need to be cracking with part design in a couple. March 1. Okay. Ahead. Oh, that's a scouting report. Jonathan Bankert would be a low-quality driver, but he's got a good amount of potential, so we should... Oh, he doesn't have a huge amount of potential, rather, so we shouldn't expect him to improve much. He's very adaptable, but he is not that good with cornering. Dang. No consistency whatsoever, too. Okay. Santore. Simon Santore from Eastwood is retiring. Oh, he race testing this weekend. Oh no, we're starting with Singapore? Seriously? Okay, Tsumak. Manuel Chimako wouldn't be one of the weakest drivers in the Cup. Decent amount of potential though, which should help us see improvement in skills. Very good at cornering, but he's also got a terrible braking thing. Not very consistent either. 27 million dollars, not enough in terms of production there. Scouting. Still a couple of drivers in progress. Ooh, where did these guys come from? We got a 17-year-old Gamarillo Rappa. Ugh, the stats don't look too good. Frederick Coastal has some pretty decent stats, but he's not very smooth from the looks of it. Chani Banguera from India, very smooth. There's a good chance she will be very smooth and consistent, but she's not one for overtaking or braking. Cecilia Cardenas seems balanced. Okay, let's go. What else? Okay, brake supply breakthrough again. Do I want to? It's gonna cost us some money. I don't need tire heating right now. We're good with that. It's tire wear I need. No change on that. Here we go. Pre-race testing. Almost. Naina Singh Atwal would be a low-quality driver, but she's got good potential, with a good chance to be one of the better drivers. Good at cornering, but not very consistent. Not helpful at all. Loyalty is down in 19 because we did sign a new guy, and not very confident about this. Not very confident at all. But let's get to it. Start testing. Okay. No problem so far. Where's Perez? Engine's not delivering full power for Perez. Well, Sue's, though, pretty decent. Not much of an issue. The morale is still high for both of our drivers, but we definitely need a lot of work. Wait, Tunison? What? Yo, Perez is down on 20th, while Sue is up in 6th. Bit of a wide difference, but it doesn't look like they had some issues with morale. Now we need to fix up the engines though. Her engine isn't exactly providing as much power as we want it to. Okay, let's save this first as the save. Okay, Team Keyta leads the way in preseason testing. Testing went brilliantly. I'm happy to report we're in a strong position for the rest of the season, despite the fact that, yes, Perez went down to 20th. I think we're pretty much at 10th right now. No. Okay, we already saved parts here, so... good lord, we're 8th. It's 9th. 9th. What do you want to upgrade first? Okay, what's on the one? Okay, we need better gearboxes, so we're going to get that guy up. Good lord, look at those numbers. Okay, 1 million. Let's put up the acceleration. It's under 1 million. It's going to be 11 days. We can't do any upgrades to it. Ugh. How many teams are there? 10th or above, 8th or above, 6th or above? You think we can do this with our current setup? I don't feel good. Back to 26. HQ. Handling Development Center, Staff Center. We still do not have a simulator, brakes R&D, wind tunnel, forecasting, and road car. It's the road car I want to build up on. We don't have any money for any of those. So here's hoping. God, we're way below. Wait, what do you mean we're better than Firebird? That can't be right. Alright. Let's improve the reliability of our engine first. It's going to be, dang it, 58% default? Are you kidding me? 2 hours before the race. Fine, let's go with that. Meanwhile, I still do not have... Hang on. Let's say that again. Yes, I want to override the save file, please. Save scumming is the way to go. Ugh. Okay, I think there's a realistic chance that we can do 8th. Let's go with 8th. That's gonna get us closer to our money makers, but we're definitely gonna need better sponsors for this one. Our current driver lineup is mostly just Volsu and Perez again. Nobody in the scout ranks are decent for us right now. So here's hoping we might find somebody who can help us with our dilemma here. Investment opportunity. What? Concliffe would be a low quality driver, but she has a good chance to improve into a very strong one. She's very consistent, but she's not good at feedback, which would not be helpful for practice. And she's also action averse, so not very good with cycling. Overtaking, I mean. It'll be 33 laps. Lap length is 263. Lap record is 1 minute 22.3. There's a good chance of rain, 35% in fact. Team Keyta has a good amount of acceleration. They're on top, yes. Time compounds will be between super soft, soft, and medium. That's 3. Fairly good track for tire wear. Hi, boss. My accountant tipped me off about some mind-blowing advancements and opportunities in... Oh, no. Oh, okay. How much do you... Not bad! I'll take that. 250,000. Pretty good. Thanks for the support, guide. Okay, he's gonna ask about tire heating, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, but we're currently going for wear. We can handle heating just fine with our current setup for the time being. Let's go with that. Crap, it's almost time for the race! Good. Okay, we've got... Scott Price of Candlestick EP is possibly retiring at the end of the season. Finally, the moment that all Asia Pacific Super Cup fans have been looking forward to is here, the start of the new season. Team Keyta driver Dakota Tunison is feeling bullish, telling a press conference that our car looks really strong for Singapore, and we put a lot of effort into making sure that we'll give the fans a great show. I fancy our Moa's chances this weekend, to be honest, said Tommy Klein, ex-driver and former World Motorsport champion. It'd be no surprise if he walked away with a trophy. He's an extremely strong driver. Okay, Eskander will be one of the weakest drivers, but he has a decent amount of potential, so there's some improvement there. Very good for feedback, but he's not very consistent. Feedback 17! Mercenary! He's got 100% to desired earnings, so that's going to be a problem. $100,000, I mean. Club goer, good marketability for only 6 weeks. He's got an entourage thing. I mean, we can use him for practice. I think we can approach him, but the money, though. Yep, they're gonna want bigger money. Not very helpful for the long run, despite the fact that his feedback is exceptional. And since we don't have a lot of money right now, I don't think we can actually go with him. Let's look at Martin Zozulia. Low quality driver, but he's got a good potential and could actually become one of the better drivers. Very strong, but he's not good at feedback. Wow. The point then. I need somebody who's good at feedbacking, man. Food parts, engine. Oh, I'm gonna need gearbox reliability as well. 5 days after race? What the heck? Fine, get that gearbox up. Okay, factory. Jacob's birthday. We're gonna have to get this guy up. $100,000, not too bad on the money. It's on the scouting list. Still in queue. Oh, Singapore. Gearbox still not finished. Still need 10 hours. Well, at least we got 108,000 before or after, so let's go with Nippon for the time being. I can't get any of these, I'm pretty sure, so let's stick with somebody who's a bit on the lower end. I got a auto pick. Lots of mediums. Yeah, let's go for soft and then medium. We're going to drive with the weakest tires in practice and qualification, so that we can maintain endurance, and then use the super softs for the final leg of the car. Oh crap! I forgot about this part. They're not world beaters. I understand that. 10 hours before race. Dang it! I thought it was gonna be done by then. Oh well, whatever. Here we go. We're going to Singapore. A bit of a square-ish start here. Main highway. Main highway. That's intro. Super highway. All right. Let's pray that we can at least qualify for a decent point up here. So it's going to be acceleration focus, so it's going to be somewhere on short here. Better handling. A lot of downforce because of that big set of straights over here. That big... Can you even call that a hairpin? And for that, we're going to need mediums. Not a lot of tire options for our drivers here. Okay, a bit soft. And downforce. Handling should be okay-ish. Okay, just keep it at that. And keep it at mediums as well. Do I want to go for weight stripping? I'm not really good with weight stripping, to be honest. Oh, excuse me. Well, I can't do that right now because our reliability for our cars is pretty bad. So I think we're gonna stick this one, even in well, if you already start weight stripping in practice, it's gonna affect the entire weekend. So, oh, it's just the usual then. I thought it was gonna be shorter than 12 minutes. No problems on my end then. I'm used to this. The question is are our drivers going to be able to handle this efficiently since this is the first time we're driving in Singapore? God, look at that chicane! That's gotta be painful. It's pretty much an L, consecutive L's rather than consecutive S's. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can see the lighthouse from here. Now, where the hell is the arsenal bird? Stints are pretty short here. Oh, ooh, that's a lot of braking marks on that corner. All right, flying lap now. Let's see how good or how bad we go. Well, Sue keeping tabs there, but there's definitely a lot of braking that needs to be done. Aero setup seems to be okay, at least for Wasu's side of things. Perfect gear ratios, excellent. Armoa is definitely leading the pack here. Wasu's already out. Only got one lap out of that. That sucks. Already 9 minutes left, and we're still pretty much low on setup knowledge. Not a good sign there. But at the very least, Wasu seems to be okay. 4th place. Perez is up to 7th. Oh, she's going down to 8th. A quick setup knowledge up to medium for. Ooh, good handling there. We just need to get some balance for handling. Because right now, downforce and speed balance are excellent. I probably need a bit of oversteer. Just a bit more oversteer, maybe. Okay, go for 3 laps. 4 laps on race trim. Okay, now we need something for qualifying trim as well, so go for that. And maintain your current wheels. Perez is not getting as much out of this, though. That's not a good sign. Aero setup feels fantastic, however. I think she might be in a good spot either way. We're still on mediums, as is the usual. I want to stay on that part. Qualifying trim qualifying trim and race trim not going too fast. That's not good. We're already at 6 minutes. Handling feels much worse now. Seriously? Okay, so I probably need it to be a bit harder. Armoa still on top as expected. Luis Reba coming in up there. Now both of our drivers are now going for pits. Okay, so we need to be a bit harder. So use this previous setup and then increase the understeer. Reducing tire pressure. Okay, keep the same tires. How's Perez going? Alright, she's still on the way in. There's only 5 minutes left. We should get at least somebody on setup knowledge high. Mixing on medium tires. Okay, high setup knowledge, but not enough in terms of race trim. But at least we got level 2 mediums. Speed balance is good. Handling is great. Which means we need to put this a little further. Okay. Acceleration, maybe. Somewhere in that general direction might help. Yes. A bit more tire pressure should probably help us go with that. Right, outlap. 4 minutes left in practice. Let's see if we can at least stay in the middle. That's the target. There he goes on his flying lap. I set it up so it's on the reverse side. Hopefully this will help him get some results. Okay, handling feels much better at least. 3 minutes. Just stay in the middle. We'll be okay with that. Alright. Race trim level 1, not good. Qualifying trim isn't even close to level 2. Two minutes left. We're only at high setup knowledge for... Well, speed bounce seems to have gotten worse. A good sign there. I guess we'll have to set her up. Again, we only got a minute and a half left for that. Downforce and handling are excellent. Speed balance is just okay. So probably a bit more balanced on the acceleration there. Yeah, okay, let's go with this. See if she can at least get something out of it. Oh, okay, so, ooh, good runs there. We can go for race trim now, I suppose. Since Perez can actually boost up on race trim and it's full suit, it's only the one doing qualifying trim. We can... Nah, it's too late. We're under a minute left. Let's just go ahead with the current setup here. Perez needs to get up in the numbers again. Okay, medium tires are up to level 3, that's good enough, but the race and qualifying trim aren't exactly anywhere near decent. There's practice, stuck at 15th and 11th. Okay, I can go with that. Wasu will probably handle the rest, but we need to work things up. Ugh, he's dropping. Tiernuna and Tunison and Amatsi? What the heck? Parker, Pachalski, these names are from previous seasons. Why are they chasing us? Not a good sign. Those are much better drivers than what we have. Yep, I expect that. Buenos Aires. Now it's qualifying. 10th or above. Do we still... Apparently we still get bonuses for qualifying, so there's that. Race trim didn't even... Oh no, we can't use race trim. Qualifying and medium tires, not too bad. Car setup. Yeah, we're good with this. No need to strip. Let's go. We've got 10 minutes to qualify. I don't feel we're going to be able to do... I fear we won't be able to do any of that. Crap, why did I put them all on super softs? That's not good. Totally not good. What's this? Ah, this is the setup for this part. Temperatures aren't exactly balanced right now. Ooh. What? Our temperature is too low. Crap, I should have... Not good, not good. We're definitely gonna miss the qualifying. That's bad, bad, bad. Well, this is my first time with the Asia Pacific Super Cup's rules on qualifying, so just have to push. Hopefully we'll get some numbers out of this. Larmo was a bit of a fighter there. Right, do we want to go for another run with that? Because I feel like, yep, we're dropping like flies. So we get sponsor objective for qualifying and for raceways. That's gonna help us. Ooh, we need to work better. Okay, send us out again. And keep it on super softs. We need to work harder here. We've only got 6 minutes left. Optimization. Keep the tires clean. Tire temperatures, brake temperatures. Hotter, maybe? Tires are cool. What the heck? Brakes are overheated, but the tires are cool. Oh, we need to work better then. If this is how it had to go, I should have brought more super soft tires. And again, I only need one super soft tire setup for the final lap, for the final set of the race. So this not exactly going really well here. 3 minutes. We need to be quick about this. If we don't qualify, we're not getting any race out on this weekend. This is what you get when you don't read up on all the mechanics before you start the game. Well, this is a new one. Okay, let's hope we have enough time to do another qualifying run because we've only got 2.5 minutes left and I need better numbers. If we don't qualify here, we're done for. Keep the same settings and hope for the best. Okay, so keep it, no, get it up to max at the end of... There's a lot of straights here in, Singapore. That's gonna help us. This is a bit tough. I hate micromanagement like this. Oh, perfect tires. It's just the brakes are a little too hot. One last try. Please tell me I can still do something about this. Come on. Come on, come on, just get me at least a top 10. We're good with that. I'll work with that. Ah! I'm guessing that means we're not going to be racing this weekend, eh? Uh, we didn't qualify, we're not racing, I think. Yeah, we don't have a chance. Unfortunately, without qualifying, we're pretty much on the back foot. Gonna have to hope that the rain is gonna help us. For now, we're going for endurance rather than speed. Switch over to mediums. And probably under fuel. Drop it down to 5 by 5 laps maybe. Be a bit faster. Change setup, switch over to mediums again. And also drop the fuel by 5. Which should make us a bit lighter. And keep everything in medium for the time being, since we're going to do some runs out there. Fortunately, because of qualifying, we're down here in 17th and 18th. Esteva and her teammate MacDC Salmi are all behind us. Currently 7th and 12th in championship standings, but I'm feeling like that's going to go down further here. Not auto off. We're not going to auto off that. Ooh, good acceleration from Bosu there, right off the line, and he's now up to 16th, getting over Lee and Esteva. Well, unfortunately, that means Perez is also down on the pipes here. Reba, Chunison, and Armo are currently fighting for the lead, but Armo goes down third. Tianuna has now overtaken Amachi, and Parker and Sylvander have jumped over Dellingfist. The question is, can we at least get up to the middle of the pack just to survive here? Charging is now up to 2%. We're still in a lot of work. Remember, we did have to cut down on fuel just so we can use the charge on the car here. But we're not very I'm not very confident about how it's gonna work, since this is just a startup, or rather, like the very first Asia Pacific Super Cup I'm going with all these add-ons. Fortunately, Perez has now gone down to 20th. Looks like everybody else is going for a straightaway, or charging up for a straightaway here. Doing it the classic style. Ooh! Wasu got overtaken on that L turn, but he's now back to 16th. Ooh, what the heck? They're really pushing things really badly here. It's better to use that for straights, I forget. This is the first time I'm using an ERS, so I don't know if I can use it effectively. While Sue's still stuck at 17th, our drives are still pretty decent. It's not charging fast enough, that's a problem. Three laps to go. As far as tire durability is concerned, I think we're going to be doing 2 stops for this one. 10, 20, 30, no, 10 and 20. Or probably go 12, 24, or 12, 22. But that requires a lot of pushing, and I'm not confident we can do that. Would have been much easier if there was a power here. Or rather, if we qualified better, but alas, pretty much not something we can do. Dang it! He's now down to 18th, and we got 29 laps to go. Perez still has 23% in her charge, but she's stuck in 20th. Everybody else is pushing up very quickly. Not too good on the straights here. Yeah, no. Lee just got ahead. Now we've dropped to 19th and 20th for our drivers. And Perez is still not doing a lot in terms of power. I think that would be a good time to go for a push-up. Lap 6. Our tire durability is still pretty decent, so I think we still have enough firepower for at least one more run. Somebody's already in the pit lane, though. Pretty early. Now we are up to... Oh, it's Dellingfist. Pretty early jump for Dellingfist there. Up top, Buenazardo is on top. Armoa is down to 4th. Tuna is in 2nd. We're only 5 people with... Oh no, make it 6 people in mediums right now. Going for durability over speed. And for some reason, Buenazardo already has his mediums already down. I think he went out with durability on his... With some durability on his qualifying lap. Oh no, not the qualifying lap. The practice lap. Just so he can... and went with some durability for some runouts over there. Team orders up front. Looks like we got some pit lane switches already underway, and we're way behind, and we can't really take advantage of any of that. We did jump up to 14th, though. 13th and 14th for both of our drivers. So far, not too good. But we're still hanging on as far as tire wear is concerned, though Perez has now dropped to 16th as everybody else is going for power with their ERS. I'm really gonna have to learn a lot about the ERS because I can't make heads or tails of it. Vosu is now at 12th. Perez is up to 15th after that overtake on the pit lane. Just a bit of power boosting there to get him away on the corner with Tia Nuna just behind him. Now we've got 23 laps to go. Amachi is the only one on super softs here. And she's gonna get left behind as everybody else has jumped ahead. So Vosu is now at 11th. Where's Perez? Perez is at 14th. Could probably use a boost up here. Can I just let the drivers use this? Yeah, let's go for driver controls. They can probably do this much better than I do. I'm just going to focus on the tires. We're currently at lap 11. We're still pretty good on durability. 50% actually. Though unfortunately, yeah, Vosu is going to get left behind by Tia Nuna again. Now we're back to 11th with somebody picking up... Oh, there's 2 of them in the pit lane now, and that means we're pretty much in qualifying range. But Perez is down to 13th after Santori gets ahead of her. Just waiting to see how these guys handle the ERS on their own. I'm definitely not going to micromanage that. Just going to focus on the tires. For the time being, we're still pretty decent. 21 laps to go, rather. Ah, dang it! So, it's going to be durability over speed. We're waiting to see how good these guys are running. Perez goes down to 13th again as Buchalski powers his way through via ARS. It's now lap 14, 20 laps to go. And the tires are still pretty decent as far as durability is concerned, so I think we're pretty great on that. Now we're up again on sponsorship. We're up to 9th. Buchalski's down there in 10th. Esteva went for an early pit. She switched out to softs. Durability is definitely going to get us through here, but the fuel is already starting to be an issue because we miscalculated a bit. Bosu drops to 10th, as everybody else is going ahead of him using the ERS again. We are now in lap 15. And don't worry about it, buddy. I just need the tires to be a bit more, how shall we say this? A bit more on the lower end. Then we'll switch over to softs or super softs, depending on how long this one goes. We're now in 18 laps to go. Lap 16, Perez is almost in the top 10, just blocked by Buchalski. Vosu is now down to 37% on his tires. Well, Perez is already down to 30. I think I should send her out on a different lane after probably 25, just to avoid much of the redlining. 29% now. Oh, it's already the afternoon. 17 laps to go. We're still in 9th and 11th. I think we're pretty decent here, but we need to climb higher, just so we can get our projected numbers. Perez drops down to 12th again as Davis gets ahead of her. Bosu is now at 8th because of some pit crew changes. Alright, we're gonna send Perez out first. I think I can go with the sauce for this one. Parts condition, pretty decent so far. What's our current battery charge? 34%. Add extra, yeah, just add 50. Keep it at balanced. We'll go with that. And then Vosu will have to stay on the road for a couple more laps. Since he's still at 32%, the fuel will have to work somewhere around there. Oh, wait. Where's Perez? Is she going there yet? No, hang on. Switch over to softs. Okay, just 6 laps. Condition descent. Yeah, keep it at risk, balance risk. Just enough fuel to jump her a bit. Ah, we got overtaken by an ERS push over there. She's now down to 9th. Parts condition. That's the front wing. Now you're good. Bosu is now 9th. Perez manages to jump ahead there. Bosu is now stuck behind Buchalski and having a hard time getting back into it. I gave her fuel, what the heck? So that's why she was fast. Bosu getting left behind by Buchalski there. Ah, crap. I didn't get everything up. Dang it. Condition. Okay, I can fix the front wing, maybe. Keep the charge at that. Okay. Okay, now it's Bosu, who's up to 8th. He's still got 26 left, so I think we can send him in now and switch him over to softs. Oh no, keep him in mediums, maybe. And fuel. We're going for softs then, since we still have enough time for that. Keep the fuel as is. New part I can fix. Doesn't look like it. Front wing then. No need to overcharge. I'm confident he'll be able to do this easily. Perez has gone down to 19th. Dang it. They gotta know when to go for the drive, right? Now it's lap 20, and Vosu is going into the pit lane at 9th, but he's gonna lose a lot of laps here as he gets some parts fixed as well as some fuel lines. Everything seems to be neutral here. Okay, let's go for this one. 13 laps to go. We've only got 8 laps in the fuel line. I wonder if they'll use the power on their own. It doesn't look like they will. And I forgot to save just before the start of the race. Not good. Not good. So as long as we can at least get to 8th, we're good. But if we don't, the sponsors are going to be angry. Parts. Oh yeah. Alright. He did use the power a bit. He definitely needs to work his way up now. We've still got a couple of laps to go, but there's still a lot of spots here. Gotta be consistent with the power outs. 11 laps remaining. Can we stay with just this amount of fuel? I think they still have enough power to drive through. Delinquist is now in the back again, but there's a lot of possible changes up front that we can take advantage of if we're lucky. We just hope they're going to use their ERS as we only got 10 laps to go and they're pretty much down on fuel. Just a bit more. Don't have a lot of fuel here, buddy. Okay, no, let's just keep it as is. I think we can still go ahead with this. Oh, somebody's having issues. McDaisy saw me has some parts problems that he needs to work on soon, or he'll be out of the race. 9 laps to go. We're still in the back. Is there a chance we can actually get back in the top 10 at least? Not exactly. Oh, you timed for mediums. Perez still in the back, not exactly using her ERS that much. At this rate, we'll have to climb our way up just to get into the race here. 8 laps to go. Our fuel is now down to 6 and 3. I wonder if there's enough ERS to get them driving through the low fuel. Come on. At least get me to top 10. 7 laps to go. We're still at 14th. 14th and 15th, rather. I think Esteban might be switching out just in just a couple of laps here. Probably go for backup now while we overtake some of these guys up front. Armoa is already up front, but he's still in 11th, however. Now 6 laps to go. Ooh, Davis has retired. Mechanical issues for the Canadian have led her to tap out for the race. Not a good sign there. Bosu, meanwhile, we're still in the back. We need to be in top 10 to get any points. Not a good sign here. Oof. There goes Davis. And now we're in 11th. Gotta have to push this a bit. Oh no! Got to use ERS for that one. Perez, come on, Bosu, at least get us a 10th. Esteban is still threatening us, but she's got some parts problems we can probably take advantage of. Come on, somebody has to be in the pit lane I can take advantage of, right? But we're still not anywhere in the target zone. Ugh. Who the heck? Lee went up out of the pit, and he's going for full ERS here. 4 laps remaining. We've only got a small amount of fuel, and Wasu is still not using his ERS enough. I don't think we'll be able to do anything here. We got 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go, and I don't think we can last. Perez has now dropped to 14th. She's not using her ERS as efficiently as she wants to. Mostly because, some people are also getting more mechanical issues up on the back. Perez is just running on electricity at this point. She dropped to 15th. Ugh. 2 laps remaining, and now we're low on fuel as well. Tire wear not helping his lap times. Now down to 21% on tires. This is a lot to take in. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna... Final lap, come on! At least get us to top 10 for the sponsor objective. Dang it! I got lapped. Oh well. We didn't qualify though. And yeah, we didn't qualify, didn't get a sponsor objective, and I miscalculated on the fuel. Buenos Aires getting first though, and Armoa, who was supposed to be top of the table, is at 7th. Not exactly a good sign for, not a good start for Keyta up there. Could probably do another leg, but this time we need to be better at working on things. Okay, nobody in the parts issue there. Well, nobody with parts issues there, but we're pretty much low on points. So you need to be at 8th to get any points at all. Ugh. Yeah, nowhere near good enough. Absolutely awful for performance for our drivers there. I think we're gonna drop sponsorships early. Marketability is gonna go down as well. Let's. I think we should go back. Actually, I think the marketing is gonna be awful. Marketability went down to 88. Yep. Let's go back to the original. No need to save that. We're going to the original goals. Let's run this road again, but with lower expectation this time, because that was awful on my part. I need to balance the tires in qualifying, and I'm just going to give them control of the ERS. No more fuel drops, that's just gonna eat us up. Eighth isn't really, Eighth isn't really believable right now, so let's just stick to 10th. Fortunately, that means the investment bonus we got from, Bosu is gone, so... Yeah, no sponsorship there. Scan report, we got that. It's gonna be 33 laps. I think we can go with softs, actually, and then, since we're pretty much good on durability there, we can then go for supers towards the end. Well, at least Wasu gets some more marketability, so that's gonna be helpful. Price, Tunison and Armoa, scouting, Jacob's birthday, let's go with that. Don't want him to impact his morale even more. Scouting queue. Okay, traveling to Singapore. Finished all our parts. Prove the reliability of the spec part. Okay, Singapore is gonna need acceleration, deceleration, and low speed corners. Now we can only fully upgrade the front wing, maybe? Maybe not. Hang on. Can't really do much with these parts. So what we need to worry about now is whether or not we can actually survive. At least get us to mid-pack. I don't want to get locked in the performance department. Okay, go for 10th. Not good. Not good at all. Selections should 2 super softs, 3 softs, and then the rest would be mediums. Oh wait, no. Let's go for 5 softs, 5 mediums. Same for Perez. Oh wait, no. Perez has to get more softs and then get the mediums up. Okay, that should be enough. Fortunately, we can't get much as far as sponsors are concerned. Let's just go with this one. Hopefully, this will not be that bad. If things do not work out, though, pretty much SOL out of this. Excuse me. Okay. How do we go about with this? Pretty much down on the low end, we're gonna lose a lot of stuff. So, I expect things to be absolutely worse than the previous run. Let's just go ahead with this. The fact that our sponsors aren't really paying us enough is also a bad thing. And they can't expect to gain anything from us right now in the Asia Pacific Super Cup, since we're pretty much low on expectancy. So let's stick to softs for the time being. Fortunately, since we did have to sacrifice a lot in terms of getting promoted here. Well, can't really go very far. Weight stripping, probably not in our best interest since durability is an issue. Get the demos up. Get some acceleration back up to speed. That should be enough. Keep her at softs as well. And let's go. I can't really put him in race trim because he loses access to qualifying trims for some reason. Perez, I can focus on race trim though. Oh no, she can only go for qualifying trim. But if she goes with race trim, she actually has access to both race and qualifying, so that should be enough. Her at soft should be enough to keep us on the roads here. Hopefully that'll be enough to at least get us some good setup knowledge. Push him up too high. Let's hope we got the setup right again. Since it's focused on acceleration and cornering. A lot of low speed corners here on this track because of all these L's. That pretty wide hairpin there on the home corner. Your gear ratios are just right. Armo once again going to top the charts, I feel. Although Vosu is getting better numbers now than he did in the previous practice. Gearing seems nice. Right here, nice one. Means there's a good chance I'll have to fix that up. At least we're still in top 3, but no, expected that much. Dropping down rather quickly, the other drivers are showing some really good numbers here. Just the right setup. Nice, guys. Okay, that's for softs, but we need to get up on qualifying and race trim quickly. We've only got 8 minutes left, and we haven't reached level 1 on either of them. Ooh! Dropping really rapidly. I don't like that. Hang on. Loving the handling, he says. He's at medium, but he's still below halfway to high. Meanwhile, Perez has just reached the medium. 7 minutes left, and both of our drivers are pretty much in the middle of the pack. Bosu's coming in with 7th now. Ugh. I think he's going to drop even further. Tunison has now topped the chart with a minute 12.77. Qualifying trim is now up to level 1. Definitely needs some more work. Oh, they're both low fuel. Okay, downforce is excellent, but the handling and speed balance need some work. A bit harder. Probably some balance towards speed as well. Keep it at 3 laps. For tire choice, stay with that soft tire. Probably isn't going to be really good with that, though. Perez is now coming in at 10th. Bosu's going out at 7th. Set of knowledge for soft tires have been unlocked. We're now at level 2, but it's only 4.5 minutes left. And we still haven't reached level 1 race trip. Not a good sign there. At least Perez seems to be having some fun with her setup. Probably could make it a bit harder. Yeah, probably somewhere around that. Downforce, we can probably keep it at green. Let's see if we change anything with this adjustment to handling. Bosu is now starting his new flying lap. Let's see if he can jump a bit further than 7th. Speed balance is right on the money. How about Perez? Got 3.5 minutes left in practice. Everything's pretty dry. No need to worry about the rain. There might be a chance that it will rain on race day now, since we did have to restart. Decent number, but still low. Race trim is now at level 1. Perez is at level 11. Or rather, at 11th place. She still needs to work to get medium setup knowledge, though. Enough time to get soft tires to level 3. Perfect gear ratio, she says. And this is going to be the last run of the practice. Now we reach level 3 on soft tires, qualifying not too much. Tunison is still on top, but can Perez at least get up back? So she will be in the top 10 with Vosu. I wonder. Okay, downforce, handling, excellent. I think we can stick with this. Yes, we'll stick with this for now. Let's let Vosu rest there. Although he drops to 8th now. Yep. 8th. Let's hope he stays at 8th. Perez doesn't seem like she's got a chance to go up to... And yeah, she's dropping. Wasu's dropping as well. Not a good sign there. Yep, she's stuck in 12th. 9th and 12th, not bad. But we can probably do better, since we need to get to be 8th. Well, Armoa's still on top in practice, huh? Tune is in Buenos Aires, though, looking at him. So let's see how that's going to work. Qualifying for Paul. This is going to be rough. So we're going for soft tires and qualifying trim. We can't really use anything else since we didn't get super softs, and, well, durability is something I need here, and we can't really change tires, so... 10 minutes, remember, we've got 10 minutes. So what I need to do is... Most of the recommendations have always been go full tilt when you're just coming out of the lines and then wait until the tire temperature goes a little below the red marker. But then there's 2 of them. This is really tough without the engineer backup. Ugh, how do people do this? Dang it. Perfect, but overheated on the brakes, as is the usual. Here's hoping. We're not getting any good numbers. I feel like we're just going to be middle of the pack for this one. Ooh! What? No, that can't be right. Reba's about to overtake us. Oh, Pachalski already threw us out of the line. What time is it? Yeah, definitely have enough time for at least one more, for completing this run. Keeping it as is. Can't change tires too, so there's that. Just have to pray that we can at least keep our numbers okay. Well, what? Perez is now in 10th? Oof, we dropped to 11th, actually. Overheated brakes, overheated tires. Damn, the tires are cool. Dang it! Perez will have to carry this. Because by the looks of it, Vossir might be having some issues with his tire heating for some reason. I thought, well, we did not invest on tire heating, yes. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I didn't think that would be an issue because I had no idea that this is how qualifying works in the game. I have not touched a game mode with qualifying in it. Eesh. I'll get back here as soon as possible. We need to jump higher. At least get Perez to 11th again. Taking a while going back because of the out lap, or rather the in lap. 2.5 minutes left. We need to work harder to at least get to top 10 on the qualifying grid. Come on, 2 minutes left. This is going to be the last run. Overheated on Perez there, and she's now down to 12th. Ugh. At least keep us in the middle. I don't care if we don't qualify for a sponsor objective. Just keep us in the middle. No. Perez is down to 13th. Bossu is 15th. I hate this temperature minigame thing. At least we started a little better. We definitely need a lot more work. Oh, Bueno Zardo qualified for first, getting over her teammate. But it's not the course that we're in top dogs. They were actually the lowest of the wait, weren't they? Damn, I don't remember anymore. Alright, here we go. 10th or above, $200,000 bonus. Not too confident about this. Keep the setup the same as it is. And hope for the best. Wait, I should have switched over to softs! Damn it! Oh well, whatever. Not a good start there as Perez drops down to 15th, with Vosu stuck at 17th now because somebody has gone ahead of him. I had to give these guys the controls for their ERS systems. We're not looking too hot right now. We still have not scored any points. Perez now ahead of Vosu in the run there, but she's down to 16th. Somebody's pushing ahead even without the ERS yet. Just start. Oh, never mind that. They're already pushing for ERS. Even at the corners. Tire wear is going to be a factor as we made the serious mistake of not switching out to softs at the start of the race, which means endurance is going to be thrown out the window. Santori and Sylvander are the only guys on softs right now. What? Oh, that's not good. That's so not good. Bueno Zardo crashed on the home corner, throwing away her chance of getting any points. Really bad start for the Kurov driver here. She was showing some pretty good stuff up on the qualifying lap, but that wasn't exactly what she had in mind when she went out to the paddock this morning. She's gonna have to... She is definitely gonna have to ponder on that as she goes back home for the race. 33 seconds before we push up again. Tire wear and tire speed aren't looking too hot. 15, 12, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, push it back up to neutrals. Back into the race is Bueno Zardo. Definitely not gonna like that. Pretty much here, it's only lap 3, but there's been a lot of action late already, and there's a lot of breakaways this early on. Starting lap 4 now, and we're pretty much well behind. Davis is only 7 seconds behind, but we're at 13 for Perez. Not a good sign for Watson Industries here. Very bad debut for the European Racing Series champions of 2025. Speaking of bad debut, Vosu is about to be overtaken by Lee here. Definitely not showing a lot of good signs here. Armo once again on top at the start of lap 5. Tire wear already showing its ugly head. Perez is now down to 64. Vosu 70. We need to get at least up to the mid-pack. Probably somewhere around 8th and 7th would be okay for us, so we can at least get some points. "28 laps to go, starting lap 6. Not much of a change, but a lot of people are pushing up their ERS systems up front, trying to break away from the looks of it. Armoa, however, is really breaking away across the railing here. Lee, still using his ERS, gets away on that slow corner after the bridge. Now, Vosu is down to 18th and well behind. Perez still has some energy left in hers. She's now overtaken. She's down to 17th. Ooh, looks like Esteban went for a pit here pretty early. Gonna have to switch them off to softs after this just so they can be a bit more durable. Everybody else is almost out on their supers as well. Not much on ERS usage here. 26 laps to go. Started lap 8. Not much of a difference here, but Stephenson has jumped to 18th, getting over Esteva. Perez still 2 seconds behind Lee. Not using her ERS that much. Looks like she's saving it for the later lines when the fuel lines are down. Getting a little closer now, just a second behind Lee. Can she keep up with it? Armoa has switched out his tires, as so has Tunison, starting lap 9 here. A lot of people on the pit lanes, but we can't take advantage of all of that since we're all here in the back. And now Perez is up to... no, he's not. She's not up to 15th. Alright, we're gonna have to switch her out. Don't need to change anything on that part. Perez has been overtaken by Stephenson, who used his ERS to jump up. And now we got Bossu down at 17th. Still no sign of a change up front, though. It looks like Bossu is on blocking. No, he switched out to... No, he's still in blocking, but he's driving better. And now we are starting lap 10 here, and there's still a couple of pit lane changes already. With Perez also joining the fray, switching out to softs. Bossu is stuck at 15th, despite the fact that he did manage to meet up the people who are just coming out of the pit lane. Now he gets overtaken by Ribeiro. Ribeiro pushing his ERS a little too much on that long turn. Now starting lap 11, and we've got Amachi and Parker in the pit lane. Bossu jumps up to 14th, but he's still behind Parker on that run. And he's starting to get some real issues with his tires. Now he's getting left behind by everybody else with the ERS, with his tires also going down here. Really bad switch up from our team. Totally forgot to switch out two softs before we started the race. Now he's down to 16th at the start of lap 12. He's gonna have to forfeit. Oh, again? Oh, come on. Amachi this time ran off the track and crashed into the barrier. The Australian not exactly happy with his setup here. I have to lower that up. "50 seconds. Now it's just us on the back. Dude, you just went out to the pit lane. What the heck are you talking about? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch them back to high and neutral. High and neutral. Now we got Bossu up front. He's still got 66% on his batteries. Will he use it tactically this time? Now that's just Esteva ahead of our drivers, doing what she does best. Excellent defending from the Spaniard. Can't really get past her. Also, not a lot of work here being done by our drivers. They're 18 seconds behind the leader. Currently is Sylvander on soft tires, but it looks like Sylvander is about to switch out after this lap. Nope, he's still driving. Oh wait, no, there he is. Asking for that pit lane change. Bossu still at 17th, Perez at 18th. We need to get a bit more durability here if we want to stay in the race. I think they're going for a full charge so they can use it for later in the race when we start switching out or running out of fuel. Well, looks of it though, looks like Sylvander has been left behind after that change, and now Armoa is on top again. Still in the back, however. Delingfist is down in 18th. No luck from our side of things so far. We're still pretty much on 10th, but at least we won't have to worry about getting thrown out. I think since we told the chairman that we aren't exactly looking at realistic numbers here, we're pretty much going to have to stay at the bottom, which means we will be thrown out here. Oh, Vosu went for a charge. I think he's using up his entire... Oh, no, he cut off. Oh, wait, he is using it for long runs. Interesting. Still pretty much in the back. Vosu and Perez right there. Sylvander has switched out at Super Softs again. Vosu about to switch out too. Oh, now we're starting lap 17 with somebody in the pit lane. That's Davis having some parts issues as well. That's Vosu going for another charge up. He's now 12th. Perez at 13th right behind him. Esteva still on top. Parker still in the lead. At least leading the rest of this pack. She's now in 10th. 16 laps to go. Ooh, tire wear is starting to be tire temps are starting to be an issue. Gotta cool those tires down a bit. Brakes, yes, I know. Let's just go with that for now. Perez getting her power on with the ERS, trying to push her car a bit further up in hybrid mode. Now we're still stuck at the bottom here, but it's 11-12 this time. Looks like somebody switched out on the lanes as we start lap 19th. If we can at least get to the middle, we could get some sponsor money back. We need to work on that. Perez now using her ERS on slow mode just to help her conserve fuel. Gonna have to switch out things quickly here. 14 laps to go. Tire wear also starting to be an issue. I think we might have to back up on the tires a bit. No sign of anybody switching out on the top 10 for fuel or tires either, but they're really using up their ERS exponentially rather. There's Perez. She's still using her power or ERS in hybrid mode, just to stay in her lane. Now we were in lap 21. Still no change at all. Still a bit of a gap, to be honest. At least the durability of the tires is okay. Although the tire temperature is getting a little too hot, a little too fast. No sign of Esteva changing out. Lap 22, still 12 laps to go, and they've got a lot of running to do. Not a good sign for our drivers here. Probably gonna have to switch out Perez soon so she can get some fuel, but let's give her another lap. Getting some gaps here now. A good sign. Perez almost out of battery. Now she's starting to struggle with tire wear. Both of our supers are out. Get her some extra fuel there. Get that brakes. No, brakes are gonna add 15 seconds there. Yeah, okay, let's go for this one. Keep it balanced. Meanwhile, I think we can still go for Vosu here. Hopefully they won't be having some issues with that. Right, she's now down in, not good, she's down to 18th. Vosu still at 11th. Got a driver in balance mode for the time being. 10 laps to go. We might have to switch Vosu soon. Alright, now he's up to 9th with Esteban and Ribeiro in the pit lane. But we need to work our way up here. Ooh, Ribeiro has some parts issues on his side. Not good. As Vosu using his ERS to save up on fuel. Getting scary, a couple of warnings on his car parts here. Ah, he got taken over by Ribeiro on that one. Acceleration, a bit of an issue as well. Alright, I think this is just a bit more. Let him drive. Both of his super softs are already used up, so we can't really roll with that. We'll just have to go with softs again. Wasu currently at 8th. Perez couldn't take advantage of anything. 8 laps to go. I think it's a good time as any to switch him out. 3 more laps on the fuel lines. Yeah, no, let's not. Go for pits here. We will lose our 8th place spot here, unfortunately. Dang it. Can anybody go up there is the question. Ooh. Be conservative with the tires. Can Vosu get back in the middle? Let's look into it from here. Nope, he's stuck behind DC Salmi for this one. I don't think he's going to be able to come back. Delingfist has retired. What? Oh, the front wing's scraping. No, we can still keep it. Okay, it's starting to be a really bad sign for both of our drivers. Time to go for mediums for this one. Well, Sue's still pretty decent on the running, but he needs to survive this. At least get us to 10th. That's what I need. So we can get some money out of this. The durability of these parts really needs to be looked into, but well, this is our first Asia Pacific Super Cup run, so I'm expecting durability to be an issue long through most of it. Okay, DC Romy is still up front, but we can probably jump ahead. Ooh! Ribeiro has also crashed into the home chicane. Not a good sign there. A home hairpin, rather. Ugh. That is a killer turn, I suppose. Thornton Motorsport not gonna be happy about that. Still no points, though. We need to jump a bit further. That's 3 crashes and a retiree because of parts issues. Not looking too hot for the rest of the team. Tunison has also retired. Mechanical issues reported here. Looks like Team Keyta is not going to have any points. Wait, what? Oh, they got qualification points? Really? Okay, no, Boa Esperanza's Armo is still there. Yeah, Tunison is definitely going to have to retire here. No points for Team Keyta at this point. Can our drivers take advantage of that, though? That's the question. Well, Sue still stuck in 11th. Might drop to 12 here. Come on. No, you gotta hang on for your dear life, buddy. He's now in 10th, but can he keep it? That's the question now on everybody's minds. You gotta hang on. You've got to hang on. It's just 2 laps more. If we can keep this here... no, 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 no. No! Oh, that was Lee in 10th. Not a good start for Team Keyta. Will suddenly drop to 7th here. Managed to survive that. I think. Oh wait, no, we're coming into the final lap. Can Vossur still survive this? He's now low on fuel. He's in backup mode. Keep those guys away from you, Vossur. Yep, he keeps his 10th. Not a bad strike there. Not a bad result. We managed to survive that, but it was mostly because of luck. And unfortunately, we're still not getting any points. So there's a good chance we will be relegated to the European Racing Series after this. But we should have enough money to at least build that road car factory from this race, I think. Let's review the rules before we go ahead. Scrutineering. I'd be surprised if anybody gets found out to have illegal parts, to be honest. Real bad sign for Zardo, though. Or rather, really bad result for Zardo, crashing at the start of the race, pretty much uh, early on. At least she gets her 2-point pole position bonus. That's gonna keep King Keyta in the running, although that's gonna keep him in 8th. Somehow or other, we're above Esprit GP on the standings, though, which is kind of funny. Well, both Esperanza actually did well. What the heck are you talking about? I know they do. That's a dedicated hater right there. Well, that was a better result than I was expecting, but not as great as I thought it would be. That qualifying minigame is going to be annoying for another 11 rounds. Well, I need to read up on how I can get something out of that. Came 9th. Yep, the chairman's going to be happy about that. Good relationship with our mechanics here. And what? I thought we weren't gonna get any bigger than that. We got 1 million? Oh, whatever. I'm happy for that. That's gonna help us get up there in the vines. Ooh, Husted getting some good points for Scuderia Rossini, and that's gonna be a good opening for the campaign of the 2026 season. Steinman's got a new driver, Fatima Tarasenko, and she scores 2nd. Panther has switched up to Pascal Becker here. Naito, who was pretty much best driver last season, doesn't seem to have a good start for the 2026 run as he is down in 5th. Zato Corsa, they're right up there. They got moved up. 11th and 14th, not a bad start. I can work with that. Meanwhile, in the European Racing Series, Mazzoncini is in 2nd for Dragon Race Team. Lucatelli with a new driver and Tawfik, Dutch driver and Tawfik, coming in at pole with a fast lap bonus to boot. And Silva still has Hjalmar Funker, who's at third place. Piccolo. ZRT not looking too good. Ramsey switched over to Dragon Race Team for some reason. Silva Racing 2 has switched over from Dragon Race Team to Silva, and, well, he's not exactly having a good start to his season. There's the gearbox about bleeding time. Okay, let's look at our nails first, Beijing. Beijing's gonna suck. Car condition up. Ugh, big drop there, mostly because we haven't set up anything yet. He needs to button it. No change to morale, thankfully. Okay, how's our pit crew? Our current fast pit stop is 4.8. That's going to be the record to beat this season. Hopefully that's going to be easier to beat. Let's improve. Oh, we can't improve yet. They need to fix the cars. Who wants a new gearbox? Let's give her the better gearbox from previous runs. Philip Ward would be one of the weakest drivers in the season. He has a decent amount of potential, though, which should help us see more improvement in his skills. Philip has an aptitude for overtaking, but he's not very smooth. Not a good sign there. Spoiled too. Ugh. Good lord, kid. Yeah, nah, I ain't touching that. Pit crew looks like. Did I adjust it? Yes, I did. Right. Better concentration for the pits. Scouting. We're starting to see some good numbers out here. Not bad, not bad. Hmm. Okay, how long until we can fix that part? Pit crew. No, it's fixed race. Gonna take him 46 hours. That's 2 days. What the heck? I guess we should design our next part now. That's gonna need a better engine. I gotta build a new engine. That's it? That's the best we can get? Ah, fine. Just reduce the red zoning. I'll take it. Let's get the car repair finished, and then we'll have everybody working on improving the capabilities of the parts that we just got. Where is that? New gearbox, improved reliability, 2 days before race. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Gonna take a while for the new engine to come out. 11 days and 11 hours. Definitely need some more time for that. But since we're just starting out here. Loyalty, good. Race management, pretty decent. I think that is going to be it for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. This was mostly like a spotting lap to see how bad the Asia Pacific Super Cup is going to be for a newbie like me in the area. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a rough ride. But at the very least, we did manage to get something out of this, so we just need to worry about how we can manage the, shall we say this, how we can manage uh, the tire temperatures on qualifying. That's pretty much the main point of contention because I really cannot handle it right now. So I'm gonna have to watch some points on that. There's got to be some tutorials for that, like tutorial videos for that. So I'm gonna check on those if those are available. Well, for the time being, though, uh, I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything again tomorrow. It might be another random event in real life that might keep me from streaming. So just keep an ear out for that. If we are going to stream tomorrow, I might go back to Super Robot Wars 30 and go into Advent's Pit one last time, and then we can proceed with the story. Or I can go back to Yakuza 0 and then continue with Kiryu's part of the finale, so we can open up the changing protagonist thing. I still have to build up 10 billion yen so uh I can buy off the build not the empty lot. I mean complete the friendship level with the Mr. Moneybags and Kamoto. So that's part of the to-do list, but things can change at the last minute, so keep an ear out for that. The time being, though, if you've got any complaints or violent reactions about the stream tonight, please do not hesitate to drop me a line on my Twitter or my Pixiv if you got a hankering for the older Motorsport Manager streams that have already expired here on Twitch, or you just want to see what other stuff I stream from time to time. Please check the VOD archive linked in the About tab of my profile page, and also searchable on YouTube under the same username. Lurk at work. That's work with a U instead of an O. By the way, if you're currently checking the VOD, thanks for dropping by. If you got any complaints, the comment box is available right below. I usually check stuff from time to time here. I don't really see a lot of comments lately. Yeah, that's understandable. Pretty bad with the algorithm. that. Anywho, there's probably something else on the channel that you might be interested to watch in, so I really would be grateful if you could check that out. And if you could drop by for an actual live stream again, but if circumstances do not permit you, that's understandable. Thanks for checking my channel again, though. Speaking of my channel, if you got a friend who might be interested in the stuff I stream or who just wants to complain about PNG streamers in general, please do not hesitate to share my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/lurk at work. That's all from me for now. Lurk at work is going to be RTB now. Once again, I have no idea what I got planned for tomorrow. Just keep an ear out on the socials for that. If you're still in the mood for some games, though, I can send you over to Anya Tepes, who's currently doing a run of Half-Life Episode 2. Was it 2 or 1? Well, whatever. You might be interested in some classic first-person shooter gameplay there, so I'll send you over there for now. If you're heading out for the night, though, thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Good night for those who are heading out, and stand by for those who are about to be sent over.